Hey everyone, so you've decided, or maybe you haven't decided, but I want to speak to you in a series of videos about what we call small tables. And so hopefully give you some guidance, help equip you, and maybe even give you some encouragement as we concentrate and really make a real effort to gather in smaller, deeper communities. And so Jesus, I want to start with this. We see Jesus when he does his ministry. We take everything from Jesus. It's all about Jesus. And so he has two places that he does ministry in. And to oversimplify it, he seems to do ministry in the peaks and the paddocks. I heard someone explain it that way and it stuck with me since then, the peaks and the paddocks. We see Jesus do these big 5,000 people miracles, teaching on the side of a mountain. And he has these massive events, the paddocks. People are encouraged. People love it. People chase him usually. Then it's hard for him to escape because they all want a piece of his teaching and what he's doing. He has these paddock moments. But then we see Jesus also often take 3 or 4, or his 12, up a mountain and they pray. It actually says in the Bible that Jesus would often withdraw to lonely and desolate places. And he seems to use these both for a purpose. One is fun, one is celebration, one is exciting, one is the event. And the other seems harder, seems more invasive, but it's often these mountaintops, these peaks, that seem to be the most transformative to those that are seeking after him. We see Jesus grab attention. We see a great example of this with Jesus and Zacchaeus. He's doing miracles. Everybody's gathering around. So big is the paddock that a dude, Zacchaeus, actually climbs the tree and seeks after him. Jesus notices this. And what's he do? He doesn't teach him right then and there necessarily. He says, let's go back to your house and do lunch. Let's create some space and let's talk about this. And so that's why I appreciate us as a church moving into this season of really pursuing small tables, the peaks. So I just want to give you the first step. I want to encourage you with that first step as you're considering that in this season. And the first step is this: invitation. We see Jesus give non-stop invitations. Let me read some of this. When he had finished speaking, he said to Simon, who later became Peter, "Put out into the deep water and let down the nets for a catch." Jesus early on, one of the first things he says to Simon, who becomes Peter, let's go into the deeper waters. Let me take you somewhere else that's deeper. An invitation. After 8 days after Jesus said this, he took Peter, John and James with him and he went up into the mountain to pray. Later on in Luke, we see Jesus often, again, take these guys and they go to pray. He teaches them something deeper. He teaches them a rhythm, a way. They're exploring some of the teaching that he's been giving to the crowds. Another invitation. And of course, probably the most famous invitation. And he said to them, "Follow me." This is Jesus calling the disciples on the beach, "and I'll make you fishers of men." Jesus' first invitation in Matthew, inviting his disciples to follow, live with him, watch him, be taught by him. This invitation, it's the invitation that starts everything. And then in Matthew 28, we're called to do the same. We're called to make disciples. We're invited to then go do the same. Invite other people into our lives and teach them, apprentice them to Jesus. This requires us to invite. This is what I'm talking about, the invitation. The invitation's not, "Hey you, come and follow me." That would be horrible. That would end in a disaster. It's, "Hey you, let's do life together and follow Jesus with his Spirit." It's an invitation to walk close enough for people to see our faults, our humanness. If we're inviting people to our house, they might see that we're actually not the cleanest people in the world. They might see what the bathroom looks like after my 6-year-old has used it. It shows faults, it shows mess, but it's what it looks like to go deeper. And this is what invitation looks like. We're in a stage in our community that we're getting serious about small tables. And so my invitation to you is to make an invitation. Not to the whole world, not to some big event or feast at your house. I'm not asking you to have all the answers. I'm not asking you to be their God. I'm not asking you to be a perfect Christian. I'm not asking you to know exactly what it all looks like. I'm just asking for a heart to dig deeper. As Josh would say, just send it. Have a crack. I'm asking you to consider forming a small table with some people that you can follow Jesus together and seek his deep transformation. So there's more videos to come. This is just the first point. Invitation. For now this week, my invitation is exactly that. Send a text. Make a call. It's hard, it's scary. You will get some no's. One time, if you do this enough times, you will definitely get someone saying, no, I'm okay. I'm a bit busy. No, I can't do that. I have had, I don't even know how many no's. But I've also had a heap of yeses at times. And this is God's plan. This is what it looks like to put your ego aside and invite. It can be amazing. Who are you starting to invite in this season to a small table? I'll leave you with it. Look forward to talking about small tables again with you real soon.